In a world searching for gaming knowledge comes the man, the myth, a legend in his own mind, Critical.
Welcome back, guys and gals. Critical here. Today I'm bringing you another episode of House Flipper on Season 2. Now, I promised you that we were going to design probably a modern, that's probably what I'm best at, garden, and that's what we're going to do. I've gone ahead and laid out some flagstones to finish off the back porch of the house. I went ahead and set off an area that I want to make a garden out of. Now, you can go as big as you want with the garden. I am going to try to get the best value for the minimal amount of space with this garden. So I've with these sections, let me show you what you can do. Now, typically they have 4 little gray areas, like an outline. And if you slat them just correctly, you can make that all disappear and it looks like almost one big piece. Now, this isn't perfect. This kind of does set off a little bit, but it does line up with the back second part of the house here. It's okay. I mean, it is setting it off just a little bit, which is kind of triggering me a little bit, but I think we can live with that. I don't think it's going to be a problem. So the first thing I want to do is I need to get some either sand or rock. And I think today, let's look at surfaces. Oops, wrong one. Surfaces. Stone aggregate. Okay, so they didn't have anything new. You've got wood shavings, but I've never really liked the look of the wood shavings. I wish they would get some different color sands. That's one thing I really wish they would add. Give me the ability to use black sand, white sand, the regular play sands. But let me do some sand, because I think this sand looks really nice. But I think we're going to go with single color gravel. Oh, I only have a few. I mean, I can go red on red. Not what I wanted to do. Let's try 2-color gravel. Ah, there I can get graphite. And I want the smallest. There we go. That works. All right, we're going to buy many. Now, if we can still do it. Ah, yes, you can get a large area or a tiny area. So you can fill in little spots or go huge. But if you look at the price right there, it's going to tell me it's going to cost me $1.40. So I'm going to hit shift. And then I'm going to hold the scatter and then walk forward. And really quickly, I have filled that area in with that choice of color. We're going to use 2 colors, but I wanted to do this area a different color than this one. So let's cancel back out. We're probably going to use the same size. We're just going to use a different color. Pink, blue. I think we'll go with white. Buy many again. Now this is, I want to do the area enclosing this entire square. So I'm going to, shift makes me run faster. You can't lock going straight. Ooh, I was going to say something, but I think it's changed, or maybe it's always been that way. If you go over the same area with gravel, it costs money. So be very careful with that. I didn't think it did. I looked over. I was going to say, and something you should notice, if you go over someplace that's already gravel, they're not going to hit you with gravel price again. Yeah, they will. I mean, it's not too expensive, so it's not like the end of the world, but we want to try to be as careful as possible. All right, there we go. So now we've got 2 different colors with an outer color of red. Now, when we're doing the garden, one of the things, you're going to have some patio style furniture. So let's go for furniture. And I like doing the modern style Japanese. You can mix the I don't know, the type of garden that you do, you can have furniture that would be like in one versus the other. And I really do like the clean Japanese garden style look. And I think we're going to stick with that. Let's go with a cherry and the red and black flowers. And this is going to be the centerpiece set in the back. Now I want to try to center this as much as possible, but keep it on the gravel. And I can always move it if necessary, but I think that works well. You know, it's someplace to sit, even though, can I sit in? Oh, I actually can sit. And I never actually tried sitting on the furniture to see what the view is, but that's actually a good way of doing some stuff. Now, any kind of modern Japanese style garden. Now, don't think I'm appropriating. I don't want anybody saying that. My grandmother made a Japanese, had a Japanese garden when I was a kid, and it was my favorite place to play in. Okay. So any of you haters out there, you can just leave right now because I'm not going to listen to it. You start saying stupid stuff like that, I'm just going to block you from my channel. We'll just be done with you. All right. Decorations. Let's start. I'm going to have to do some more furniture, but I want to get some decorations. Are there any new ones? Not in the fountain. No, they haven't added any new decorations for the outside. So I'm going to go back to my old faithful. I've got red and I've got white and I've got black. Let's do a light gray. Dark blue. Navy. Natural. We'll go with natural. Let's buy many. Now, there is a reason I'm doing this a particular way. You have to, if you want to get the best score in the garden, there's particular, it's kind of like a formula that you have to match or get as close to as you can. And which really works well with my OCD in this game is you want things to be symmetrical. So I'm going to add these little water features all the way around. They're not too expensive. And I know I'm spending more money getting the garden done, but trust me, it's going to pay off in spades when it comes time to getting the house sold. And I'm not saying that you have to have everything exactly lined up. I like it that way. Personally, I need it that way when I'm doing something like this, but it shouldn't affect the price itself. But you need balance. Okay, I need to put some lights down. I want some lights for the garden. Now, my favorite one are these little solar lamp balls. First off, it's solar powered, which is really nice. Second, they are cheap and they really, really light up an area really nicely. There we go. And it's a nice soft light, by the by. Speaking of soft light, let's go ahead and add a couple of these. Let's go with dark gray. We'll buy many. I'm gonna put one right there. And then two more right at the end of the walkway. And this is a short enough walkway. Do I want to put a couple right in the middle? And this is roughly the middle. Yeah, that's more than enough, but this one's off center. Let's bring it back toward just off the, oh, actually, that's right. Stabbed it right through. Not what I was trying to do. That works. So if I can get this one a little bit closer. Same with this one, just a tiny bit closer. And those two work. All right, so that gives a nice soft glow to that side. I need some... Well, we want to light up this wall back here. I'm going to bring it in two. I'm going to go right between the two windows. And then split the difference again between these. Now, it's a little harsh when you look at it, but we're going to be covering that with plants and stuff. And we're covering these with plants as well. But that gets our basic layout. Now it's all about the plants. And there's like a certain combination is a good way of saying it, of plants that we have to put out. And I love to deal with the decorative grasses. Now, you do kind of walk slower when you're placing these plants. And you're going to see why I placed the bulbs just the way that I did. Because it gives me the positioning that I want for my plants. I'm putting them right between each of the bulbs. And I don't want to overuse one kind of plant versus another. But if you've seen me do this before, you know exactly what I'm going. Let's go with the... Oh, those are big. All right. We're going to... do I want to do a treatment at the front of the house for this one? Probably not. I think in another house, I'll go full bore when I do, like, the entire yard is turned into this giant, amazing Japanese garden. But for now, I'll stick with what the minimal. Come on. To go out that far, it works. Now, like I said, it's not going to block the light. It's just going to soften the lighting. But when you're getting the garden graded, when you're going for the competition, they're going to say, you know, you use too much of one type. You need to use, they want to see a more mix of plants. So I'm going to tend to use multiple of the same type in the same way. I'm just going to spread out different kinds of decorative grasses. And once again, I'm just trying to meet the threshold that the competition requires to get the best value for what I'm putting down, if I can. It's been a long time since I've done one of these gardens in this game, so we might not get the best price today on this. But I'll put every effort into it. And I know somebody's like, "Oh, but I thought you said you have OCD. Those plants and glasses aren't placed exactly." Well, guess what? When you plant plants and grasses and that kind of stuff, they're never going to place exactly the way you want them. Mother Nature will allow things to grow the way that she wants them to grow. And if you honestly think you can control that, good luck. That one doesn't work there. You know what? I'll set these right in front of these. That's what I'll do with them. By many. I do need to get some more color in though, and I think I'll do that in this area here. Yeah, the ornamental grasses. Let's get some yellow. Yeah, I remember these being kind of big. Where would I put these? I need to cut off the back area here. This will be a good way to start cutting this off here. And then I know these things are huge, but I should be able to get two over here. Oh yeah, that looks good. That kind of sets off the back area. I think I want a little bit more furniture. Go back over here. Furniture. Sofas. There's some... Yeah, these are like the... It's like my go-to sofa for this. We're going to use the same coloring. By many. Yeah, when I tend to build these, it almost always works out that these fit in perfectly. I don't know why, it just does. So in this property, when you're going to entertain, you do your entertaining outside because there's just not enough room on the inside. Those actually are placed really well. Now I need a table. It needs to be a low table. We'll go with this one. We'll use dark wood, black grass. Dark cherry, maybe? A table for people to hold their drinks while they're seated out here. Now, these aren't lined up. Let's move them real quick. Not bad. I mean, there's not a lot of room between these. But I want this to be open because this is where I'm based. That's like where the owner's gonna sit. And everybody else can sit here. And I don't know. Don't judge me. I am putting stuff down. It's on a whim. I mean, I've done these kind of builds before. But every time I do one of these, it's always a... what's gonna work and what works well for me. How big are these? 1, 2. Now, the larger the item is, the slower you walk, FYI. That's why it's like all of a sudden I'm slowing down. I'm not trying to slow down. My time is limited trying to get this done. I want to get it done in one video if I can. There we go. Okay, we've only put grasses and stuff over here. I haven't overfilled this area yet. So let's go ahead and put it in for our garden contest and we'll see where we're at. Let's enter, submit for the garden contest. Okay, so I'm going to submit for the modern. Very often treated as another room, comfortable furniture, elegant geometric forms. There aren't too many plants. There are usually just some evergreen bushes, ornamental grasses, glass, metal, concrete, wood, gravel, and a type of garden. I have forgotten that I do need to do, there is a requirement. Like I said, you got to have a certain number and they want to see most of the plants. They have tropical plants now, huh? Ooh. I need to plant 2, well, at a minimum 2, but I probably need to do more of these shrubs. Go with those. 2 of these. Probably need to do more of them if I want to get the best score possible. Let's move this a little closer. That looks pretty good. Those aren't planted yet. I'm just trying to lay it out in my head. You know, that's what I can do in the back to clean this up back here. Let me look at... Let's do this many. 1, 2, 1 in the middle. This isn't something I've done before. This is all new to me. I haven't put this back here before, so I'm trying something new out here just a little bit. Get two. Whoa, man, these things are ginormous. Those are too big. Way too big. I want something a little bit higher, but shrubbier. If that's a word. I don't know if that's a word. It probably is a word. I said it, so it has to be a word. It doesn't mean that it's a word that anybody in the real English language would actually use. Never said I was an English major or a math major. I guess that works. All right, so I'm going to pause the video for a moment. It takes a few minutes to plant these, and I'll bring you back when these are all planted. I've gone ahead and got these plants installed and watered, and I went ahead and put some extra lights back here to light up this back area just a little bit more to give it more warmth. Now, this small house doesn't need this huge garden, but I'm trying to make a point here. So let's go ahead and try the garden contest, and we're going to go for the modern. Wow, that's really, for my first time back and making and doing this, wow, plant selection, I'm just 0.5 off, a few more plants, and I've got a perfect score on equipment. So it's super garden equipment, well-lit garden, practical garden, lots of plants. The only thing that wasn't good was my layout. I was 1 star off of layout. But that's going to increase the value of the house by 42.5%. All right. Now, for layout, I could put some more gravel. Like, let's say I ran some gravel along here, ran gravel along there, maybe some pavers along here, pavers along here, put a few more plants out. Maybe that would work the layout. I've gotten perfect scores on gardens before, but I wanted to show you something you could do really quick. Give me half a sec. Yeah, in less than 20 minutes, except for the, oh, that's right, there is a light on here, a flashlight. I forgot about the flashlight. And it just locked up the game, me using the flashlight. So I would suggest don't use the flashlight. Oh, please tell me the game's saved. I'm gonna hit a couple F keys real quick, hoping that I can cause the game to save. Well, I'm still jumping, but the game's locked up. I'll bring you guys back in a few when I get. Well, the worst of I think that would not be in there would be the plants I just put down, I hope. All right, I'm loaded back in. I hope that I didn't lose what I did. I think it might have saved. No, it's like the game. No. Okay, all the stuff's here. But I lost all the pavers are here too. It's the grass. Okay, I've heard about this bug. I'm going to go ahead and recut the grass real quick. It doesn't matter, but it would bother me. So just give me a few. I'll bring you back in just a moment. Well, unfortunately, I cut the grass and my paving stones are there, but they're like stuck under the grass. What if I pick them up and put it back? Oh, so that like uncovers part of it. I'm not going to walk around here. There's no reason to, and I can't get the gravel back unless I go ahead and replace it all. And I'm not going to waste that kind of money. There's no reason to do it. So here's something you need to know. The buyers don't care about the garden. All right. No matter, let's say I'm doing a prepper's house, somebody who the only thing they care about is the bunker underneath. Okay. And the top part could be completely empty and they're still going to pay top dollar for it. If I do a garden, I raise the value of the property no matter what. So the fact that the the top area looks like crap now, unfortunately, won't affect the value of the house. Just stop for a second and imagine what it looked like before the game locked up on me. Okay, you got that in your head? Now let's go ahead and sell it. So we're gonna, oh, it's not, tell me it's accept, it doesn't, no, don't steal away the good score that I, okay. And the layout, I get 100% now and I didn't change anything? Now I'm really confused. Okay, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm not gonna worry about the fact that I was just off a little bit. And sometimes adding too many plants makes this worse. I bet you if I took a couple plants away I get the score. But I'm gonna take my good graces and I'm just going to leave. Okay? So here we go. I'm pretty sure I know who's going to buy it. It's going to be the same person that bought it before. But now my sell value should be a lot more. Okay. So now I'm at 23,000. When I originally tried to sell it, and I'll pop that up here, and I don't have the information on me right now. I can't see it. I didn't take a screenshot. I should have taken a picture with my phone. But you'll notice that I've made a lot more profit. Now, I spent more. Okay, I lost money by canceling the auction, and I had furniture bought. This is now including all the garden stuff that I did, but I ended up making more money in the long run. On a house which is even more expensive, the garden can really change how much you're getting. But I'm going to take the offer. I'm going to be quiet. I'm just going to leave with it and say thank you very much. Oh, that's right. It does this new before and after thing. Oh my God, it redid all the floors in here look like just like Blake wood floors. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it's not what I did. Oh, they do an outside and the inside. Okay, that's nice. Would have been a lot nicer if the game hadn't locked up on me. I mean, I still got my value out of the place, but you know, it still hurts. I'd like to check some buyer's details. Yeah, so as they were mentioning, now I can go to the buyers. I didn't get any information from them, but I got some from him. He wants shelves. He wants places for his books, and a study area where he sleeps. Which that house right there actually could have been set up that way. I don't care what Donald Trump wants. He basically will buy anything. It's hard to get him to not like something. Find out what he doesn't like, and then you can target houses away from him by adding the stuff in he doesn't like. Is this the guy that wants like... Oh yeah, he wants more than one bathtub. I don't get it, but he wants more than one bathtub. This guy told us a lot. They'll buy. There's a lot of places that that this old couple will buy. There are too many rooms. They like a smaller house. And then you get into the preppers, but we haven't the preppers. We haven't seen anything because we haven't done a house with a bunker, and we didn't get anything from them, huh? Okay. Well, that's the episode for today. That was the whole plan, was to at least get that house done. Now, I want to start doing no more than 2 episodes a house, I think, in the future. How much money? 87,000. Almost only a garden. That thing's got like a shed. I tried to turn this into a farm, and I spent a ton of time and a ton of money, and it was horrible. I don't do the farms very well. Now, I've got to be careful. I need to buy something that allows me to renovate and make money, but I still need to have a good amount of money left over in the end. Half house or a flood? It would leave me around 30,000 for renovations. Be on the safe side. I guess I can buy this one next. Oh yeah, this one's gross. I remember this thing. Oh, but it does have a lot of space available. We'll go ahead and buy this place. It's going to immediately take me over there, but I'm not going to do anything with it in this video. Before next video, though, I will go around, take care of the outside. We're going to look on the outside real quick. Yeah, all this has to get painted. We'll sell off all this crap and make a little bit of money from it. This might be one of those houses that I go ahead and go inside and gut and redesign from the ground up. But that's going to be in another episode. I'm going to go ahead and call this one here. I've been Critical. This has been House Flipper on Season 2. I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. If you have, drop a like, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.